Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all for stopping by again, man. I really appreciate it. There's Jacob Tanjay. Get that wrench handy, brother. And he's not afraid to use it. Shout out to all my old heads. What's up, Eric? Good to see you, man. We've been missing each other, man. Trying to contact you is it's like trying to contact Trump. What's up, Michael Alexander? Appreciate all my old heads. All my fourth quarter members. That's Cisco. What's up, Raymond? So y'all got some rain in Manila. What's up, Jeffrey Tatter? There's Q. He said 5 things. He said, how about 5 letters? Money. Yeah, that's part of it now. He said, by the way, Unc, I just saw that you got a video reaction from O'Shea. Yeah, O'Shea's a cool guy, man. He's reacted to my videos before. It's a compliment to me. I just feel, but if you make enough videos, eventually somebody's going to react to them. A broke clock is right twice a day. No, he actually did a positive. He really just was, he's been kind of on the same subject when he was talking about Russell Simmons' wife. It just coincided that I was talking about, Filipinas and black men and really others. But yeah, any new viewers and subscribers, I know it's a lot, man. Okay, because they've given me over 1,000 in the last couple of weeks. The algorithm, man, is giving me a early Christmas gift, man. I'm thankful for that. He said, we're going to need the rinse tonight. I hope not. He said, what's up, Kamal? Yeah, I'll call you after the live stream because I'm going to the gym. I've got to go and get my visa renewed, man. Also, anybody catching this on replay, thank y'all so much. The peso is 58.7. It's nothing to shake a stick at, guys. It's really a good rate. I believe the only rate that's higher is the DR. And the DR stays up there around 60. But we always have a topic, 5 things about dating Filipinas that you'll only hear from me. A lot of these guys y'all be listening to, man, they don't have enough experience, man. They haven't been around long enough. They making up shit, a lot of them. What's up, Matthew? Thanks for your support, man. I appreciate it. What's up, Greg? Yeah, they're running up. It should have been that way. You got to understand, Jeffrey, he said the subscriber numbers are running up. My channel was stuck. My subscriber count was stuck for over 6 months, almost a year. Wow, he's coming from Malaysia. But yeah, like I told y'all on the video, I know more about dating over here than these Filipino vloggers. They don't know nothing, man. I've been dating over here longer than they have. If you go back in time, hell, they were too young. They wasn't even having their cycle at that time. Oh, Cam Ward, okay. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. What's up, Gregory? But that's who y'all want to listen to. Even if they do talk about dating, how many foreigners have they had? 1? If they've had any at all. And you got to realize there's always a foreigner behind them. Somebody's behind there. What's up, Beach of Light? But I do want to say something about the video I made yesterday. And I want to thank everybody for all your suggestions and stuff, man. People was like, man, 150 over 90, that's not bad. Well, the doctor was worried. I got worried. And I'm doing some things again. I'm going for a physical on Friday. Well, the labs, then the physical. Then if they've got some place in Cebu or Manila where I can get this heart scan, I'm going to do that. But I'm not going on any medication. I'm sorry. It's all about the quality of life for me than the quantity. I renew my visa every 2 months. That's all you can do now. It's the most you can do now. They're just trying to keep abreast of you. When you do that 6 months, man, that's a long time. They want to know where you are. That's basically what that is. He says, how's Curly? Or who is Curly? Or how is Curly? Hey, I appreciate it. Curly's doing good, man. We've got 5 dogs now. Curly was the first one. And he's the father of the rest of them except for Shirley. Yeah, it's going down, man. I've got, my potassium's low. And I just got to get back to exercising and, eating the right things again. Drinking more, more water and everything. Which I stopped doing, man. Y'all got to understand, man. My whole focus was this booby thing. What's up, Sam McCall? I seen you on here, man. I didn't skip over you. Up in Cavite, winning in Cavite. He can vouch for everything I'm going to say today. He's been over here long enough. He's a veteran over here. What's up, Don? He said, any more meet and greet scheduled from Chicago? John in Cebu. I don't know, man. But whenever I'm in the States, I'm certainly going to have to do a meet and greet in Chicago, man. You guys showed up, man. You showed up and you showed out. That pizza was good. Everybody pitched in, man. I like the way they made that suggestion. Instead of everybody just having their own bill, we just chipped in, man. And hell, everybody ate good. We were fat. What's up, AJR A Junior 1365? He said, what are your honest thoughts of the lady who is with the sick, disabled gentleman? That's what I'm talking about today. Okay, but it doesn't matter. 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy, paralyzed, and ostracized. It's all the same. They look at us all the same. She don't look at him any different than she would look at you. But people can't wrap their mind around this. They don't believe it. Their ego won't allow them. It's a game over here, man. As long as you realize that, you're going to be better off. As long as you're willing to play the game. It's these guys that try to push back against that. It's their ego won't allow them. Okay? Yeah, I told y'all it was a joke, man. He said, okay. Who had Jake Paul versus Anthony? A.K.A. the Beast. Jake lost the fight but won the war. But yeah, one guy came over here today. He's got a lot of good information, man. And, he was saying, sometimes, Cal, you got to fast. He said the body wants to heal itself. He said, but it can't do that while it's trying to digest your food. No, I'm going to see a real doctor Friday. Now, I don't play with that, but the point is, I just want to know if my cholesterol is high, what can I do? If my blood pressure, what can I do to bring that down? What's wrong with me? I'm not afraid to find that out. That way I can fix it. Okay, take care, booby. But no, I don't listen to quack doctors, man. I've seen what happened when you do that. Merlin's brother's wife died. She had kidney failure. But she swore up and down that somebody, because she was from the mountains in Cebu, she swore up and down somebody put a spell on her. So she went to the quack doctor and did all this and did all that. And she ended up dying. He said, what's the best way to stay there long term? Well, honestly, the Philippines has a pretty liberal tourist visa. You can stay here up to 36 months, 2 months at a time, as long as you pay all the fees and stuff, consecutively. Leave for 24 hours and come back and start it all over again. Now, when you come here, your valid driver's license is good for 90 days. So if you're going to be here longer and you want to drive, within those 90 days, you can exchange it. You can get a Filipino driver's license at no cost. But if after that, it's going to cost you, or if it expires. It's not really hard to do. That's right, yeah. Cholesterol is diet-based. It is. Yeah, they got real witch doctors over here, man. And the people believe it. He said, Unc, did you get those Gamma 11s? He said, I heard people fighting over those shoes in America because they sold out. Meanwhile, the Philippines had tons of them sitting around. Yeah, but you got to be careful, man. We went to Divisoria in Manila, man. They got Jordans in there for 1,700 pesos. But you're probably right. You don't have to worry about standing in a line over here. It's just that's something that's American only, I believe. Yeah, that's American only. Well, you got to apply for it. They got what's called the LTO. I believe it's called the Land Transportation. And you go there and you apply for it. And then you take the test. Well, not really. They don't ask a whole lot. If you're gonna do it yourself, Q, he said he's applying for that marriage visa, and boy, they asking for arm and leg. But if you let one of these immigration places do it, they're gonna charge you about 40 or 50,000 pesos to do it. I would try to do it myself. He said, you got to get fit in the Philippines. And I mean, eat healthy vegetables and fruits to keep my body healthy. Yeah. And move, man. We sit around a lot over here. He said, the really, really hot sneakers get snapped up, but most of those cities are in the NCR. Smaller markets like Cebu and Davao only get general release pairs like the Gammas. Yeah, there's a resident card if you have one of the visas. Now, they'll give you an alien tourist card once you're here 59 consecutive days. Yeah, it was Booby, man. They're out of school to January 5th. He said, what's up, Cal? I'm a little bit late. It's a big power outage here in the Bay Area. My lights and internet have been off for almost 2 days. Wow, it's almost like you in the Philippines. But let's talk about this a little bit, man. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. That's the first one when it comes to dating over here. Okay, if it's overly positive, beneficial, and advantageous for you, it's probably unrealistic. It's something deceptive going on. Your antennas should go way up in the air. It should be a reminder. I'm going to give you a reminder to be skeptical, man, and critical of situations over here that seem perfect. Okay, just have a healthy dose of skepticism when it comes to vetting these women, man. Certainly early in these relationships, but we don't do it. And we suffer the consequences. We suffer the consequences. The next meet and greet is going to be next month. I haven't gotten the date all the way down, but it's going to be next month here in St. Carlos City. The mid to the end of the month at Meg's. I just got to make sure that I get a date nailed down. He said, my boy who moved to the Philippines, he told me he got the mom and daughter. No, anything's possible. And that's not happening over here, guys. You know, the people here are no less moral than you are. You know, everybody's going to have their stories, their war stories, what we call it in the service. But if it's too good to be true, it probably is. If you got a 20-year-old dime piece and you 70, okay, if your antennas and if your spider senses and everything aren't going off, then shame on you. Yeah, it's going down, man. You know, I feel a whole lot better now that I've been back. I'm getting back to normal. He said, how's the blood pressure today, Cal? Fast food is a fast grave these days. Yeah, you know, you don't have any choice. And then the Airbnbs we were staying in, Maryland tried to cook breakfast one time, and it just filled the apartment with smoke, and we didn't want that damn alarm to go off, so we never tried it again. He says, oh man, I got lucky with mine. I got with her after she graduated high school. She's a really good person, very trustworthy. I'm the biggest skeptic, so that says a lot. Well, you don't know what you got. You haven't given her nothing. You don't know what you got, but you're no different. Okay? And if you did, you know, you didn't get lucky. We don't get lucky over here, Q. We get unlucky. Most of the women over here are good. But some people are delusional. Okay, but you don't know what you got. You know, you haven't given her nothing. She's the same place she was when you met her in the province, living with her parents. Once she gets to where she's going or where she's trying to go, the visa and all that, you'll find out who she is. Okay? Yeah, you know, but you know, Thomas, but it's some slimy individuals that come over here. I tell you all the time, it's a different type of expat that comes over here. Okay? And they would do something like that. I mean, everybody's got a damn war story. Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah. The girl's she's no better off than when he met her. And he's talking about he got a good one. And you probably do. I'm not doubting that. You know, because you can get unlucky if you don't do these things right here. The second one's easy come, easy go. You got it easy. You didn't do no hard work for it. It ain't like you rap. You know, back in our day, you had to rap to the women. That's where that rap comes from. That we was saying that long before rap even came out. You had to have the gift, man. You had to talk to these women to get them to go out on a date with you. Nowadays, you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do nothing, man. Okay? Easy come, easy go. If it came to you easy, it can go easy. That's all I'm saying. You ain't going to appreciate it anyway when it comes that easy. You're not going to cherish it. It was too easy. But that's what it is. Easy come, easy go. So the suggestion I'm going to give you is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't front load those relationships. And that goes for the last one too, number 5. Both of them go for easy come, easy go. And the last one I'm going to talk about. Stop front loading these relationships, man. Spending all that money up front, buying these rings and all that stuff. Let it play out for a little while, man. Okay, what's the difference? They're not getting paid any money. He said lots of OFWs, aka Filipino workers, are working abroad. Okay, what's your point you're trying to make? You know, Q's always the exception. He don't know what he's got. He was with her long enough to get married and have a baby. Them's the ones you got to watch out for, the quiet ones. They get over there and go crazy. But the last one is the third one is you get what you pay for. See? Okay, here's what he said. We all pay. They're all transactional. There's nothing normal about these relationships over here. They're abnormal. He said, she cost me 2 million pesos of land. Do I regret it? Not one bit. Is it too good to be true? Nah, I'm still pinching myself even after the baby. Well, it's too good to be true then. It probably is. But you get what you pay for. My advice to men who date over here is, this is facts right here I'm going to tell you. A 3 over here expects the same as a 15. They all expect the same thing. So why not go for the fences? Okay? Why not just go ahead and shoot for the 15? If the 3 wants the same thing, she wants the exact same thing. She expects the same thing. It costs you the same thing. Okay? So if I can get a new car for the price of a used car, I'm going to buy the new car. Okay? But you get what you pay for. We all pay. 100% of us do, guys. Don't ever let nobody tell you they're not paying, because they are. Nobody's exempt from that. Okay? And you usually pay in full and up front. A young guy, my buddy from Georgia, messaged me last night. He said, hey, Cal, how much money are you supposed to send your Filipino girlfriend every month? See, it's part of the script. See, she's already got him thinking he's supposed to send money. I said, nothing. Are you married? Do you have children by her? Then what makes you think you're obligated to send money? But they wrap that all up in the 2 weeks. The best 2 weeks of your life that you have over here. You feel bad. You're like, you really got to pay. You feel obligated to pay. He said, I wouldn't marry a woman until I live with her for at least 5 years, but hey, that's just me. Well, what good is that going to do? You're not going to know what you got until she's got what she wants. Then you're going to know. Marilyn told y'all that. I didn't tell you that. Once she gets to where she's going, whether it's a visa, new life, whatever it is that she wants, then you're going to know what you want. But it all starts out with you get what you pay for. You all pay. We all pay. There's nobody exempt from that. You got to pay to get over here. So how you going to be exempt from that? You may be 1 out of a million, right? That don't make a difference for the other 999,999 of us. Okay? Since you want to be the exception, yeah. Because you're going to pay. Even these Chads, okay, and these Tyrones that come over here, they pay. He said, I want to see what a 15 looks like, because all I can imagine for a 3 is Big Shirley from what's happening. No. You would be shocked. I did a video the other day about that. About what we settle for over here. When it's all going to cost you the same, why not go for the 15? We can't get out of our own way. Why not swing for the fences? Why not go for the 15, but you won't do it? You'll come over here and sell for the same type of woman you're dealing with in America. It doesn't make sense to me. Because you're going to have to pay either way. Okay? He said, I thought the best was a 10. Now, where did 15 come from? No, they got 15s here. It's beyond a 10. You wouldn't say she's a 10. You'll say a 10 plus. You have to see it to know what we're talking about. I seen a 15 here at Mr. C one time. She was with her mother, I guess her little brother. She looked to be like maybe 23 or 24. She may have been most beautiful woman I've probably seen this decade. But I see them all the time in Dumagetti. But here, she could have won Miss Universe. And she was perfect in every way. Yeah, that's probably the best way to go. Yeah, eventually, because I want to know what's going on. It doesn't mean I'm going to take all of that bullshit they give you where your damn feet and ankles start swelling up and you can't get it up and all that. But at least I'm alive. No, you can't exercise, and all that stuff. I want to know what's going on. Yeah, we're all tricks. If that's your definition, but you get what you pay for over here, so you might as well go for the 15, man. What's up, Richie? Richie said we all pay to be with the woman we have since they are all looking for security. But the question is, what are you getting in return? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Over here, the 3 and the 15 cost the same. Okay, but we're settling for the 3s, 4s, and 5s. We're not even trying to go with the 15s. You got to be skeptical of all of them. But if the 3 is going to cost me the same as the 15, why not chase the 15? But you guys don't listen. You come over here chasing 3s and 4s, marrying them. Okay, I'm sorry. Marrying them. Well, the thing about it is, the doctor on the boat, once we got on the boat, okay, and I was talking to her, she said the older that I get, my blood pressure is not going to be 120 over 80. She said, it could be 140, 145 over 90, even 140, 145 over 100. Because I'm 62 years old, as you age, your blood pressure is not going to stay the same. Nothing's going to stay the same. But everybody's a doctor when I made that video. The underlying reason I make the video is so that you will go out and get your blood pressure checked. We won't do it. If one person went out and got their blood pressure checked because of that video I made, then I did my job. But everybody's a doctor now. And if the doctor, when I first got on this, because she was like, well, we're really not supposed to let you ride. They don't want to be responsible. Because if something goes on out in the middle of that ocean out there, there's nothing they can do. There's no hospital or anything. There's no helicopter there. So if she was worried, I'm just saying that I'm not a doctor and I can tell you what happened without telling you what happened. Will that heart scan show me something that I can't detect? Probably. But if your blood pressure all of a sudden shoots up and you've been eating fast food every single day for 18 days, really 19 if you want to count breakfast on that boat, because the boat was slop and rice every day, 3 times a day for, 1 day. Okay, then all the other Texas Roadhouse, Chili's, the Thai place we ate, the Jollibee, whatever it was, Richie Rich them treated us to Pizza Hut. All of that every single day, man, that's not good. It will kill you if you keep it up. That's what most of us are going to die of, guys. It's not going to be some thug carjacking you or the police shooting you in the back for nothing. It's going to be for what you're putting in your mouth. He said, yeah. You get what you pay for. We all pay. Okay. Yeah, we're not even talking about that. We're not even talking about whether she loves us or not. We're just saying that when you talk about the real life situation over here, that these relationships are abnormal. There's nothing real about them. They're all transactional, man. They're abnormal. Okay? It's all financial. The guys are going to push back on you. As long as you realize that and you're willing to play the game and you say, okay, well, as long as I get what I'm after, I got companionship, I got somebody that, that I like being with and everything else that goes along, you're going to be fine. But number 4, this is where we're getting into here now. Everybody's invited to the party. 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. Paralyzed, ostracized. You're going to have a woman over here. There's somebody here for you. I just saw a video. I shared it with a couple of people. It's a brother. Looks to me like, I don't know what he's got, but it looks to me like he's got cerebral palsy or something. I could be wrong. I think the channel is Nolan and Lynn. Yeah. And you see him. He's got a woman. But I've sent a message to him. I want to interview him. I want to see what his experience is over here. But he seems to be, he's got a good head on his shoulder. He's not talking bullshit, man. He's talking real life stuff. And so I wanted to interview him and, just talk to him, help his channel too. But it just goes to show you there's somebody over here for you. Every man that wants a woman over here has one. I don't care how old you are. I don't care the affliction you got. If you're an ex-convict, if you're a fugitive, whatever it is, everybody's invited to the party. And this is why, you're always going to get pushed back from these so-called good-looking guys who think they've got something you don't got. No, I got the same thing you got. You might be 30 with a 6-pack and all that, 6 foot and all that. I got the same thing you got, dude. And it's going to be the guy in the wheelchair is going to end up taking your woman. Because he got more money than you got. I see it all the time. Man. I've got a friend over, I tell y'all this all the time. He's half Australian and half Filipino. This guy should be in the movies over here. Okay, he's about 31 or something like that. Good head on his shoulder, but he don't have the money that somebody 60-year-old has. And an older foreign guy took his woman. The woman left him. Just told him straight up, you can't do for me what I need to be done. She wanted new boobs. She wanted a nose job. She wanted a house and lot. He couldn't do it. But the guy could be in the movies over here. Okay? Works out every day. He don't have a problem getting women. He's got a problem keeping them, though. Okay? Because Filipinos have everything else that they need. They just don't have any money. That's why they're dating you. There's men over here who look a lot better than us, who have everything in common with them. Okay? Laugh at the same jokes. Eat the same foods. A lot younger than us. But they don't have the money, see? That's why when we was talking on my members only, we only think we're getting traditional women over here. The women we're ending up with, they're not traditional. They're traditional compared to the women in the West, but by Filipino standards, no, they're not traditional. If you want a traditional woman, you got to get with a woman in her 60s and over. Okay, or close to 60. Like remember OG Fred? They used to come on here. He's been married to his wife over 30-something years, about 35 years or something. He's probably got a traditional wife. I was talking to a guy 2 days ago. He called me from Davao. And he's been married to his wife since 1989. Go. I got to cut this back on. She lived in America for 36 years. She's 66. He's probably got a traditional woman. Do I got a traditional woman? Maryland's not. Not according to Filipino standards. American standards, yeah. Her mother, on the other hand, absolutely. And I can see it side by side. I didn't know at first. I thought Maryland was a tradition. No, her mother is. Okay. He said, I still agree, Cal, but aren't the 15? No, they're not. We just don't go after them. We just don't go after them. We're afraid. What's your password? And then since it's all subjective, some people will tell you they've got a 15. But y'all know, we may argue about what a 15 looks like or 10, but everybody can agree what a 3 looks like. I'm sorry. What's up? What's up, Hollywood baby? Yeah, he said, bro, they got flawless dams in Las Vegas, do anything and everything for 100 top-notch bras. Yeah, but look what you going up in. You might as well have sex with a garbage can. Nobody want that, man. I mean, that's the reason I don't, man. I've never worked on the clock. The hell with that. He said, I check my blood pressure every morning, 140 over 100. The doctor told me it's the aim for my age. Yeah, see, I didn't know that. But that's why I told Marilyn, see, she's panicking because everybody, 120 over 80 is not the range for everybody. I doubt if you're going to have that. Well, he said, don't simp it overseas, stand on your business. But, just the fact that you come over here makes you a simp in the true meaning of the word. Who comes 8,000 miles to date a woman? See, at some point we have to be able to separate the Philippines from Filipinas. They're not the only reason to be over here, guys, but we can't escape that mindset. I know it's a difference. I know you can come over here and live good and everything like that without dealing with the women over here. Because I've been over here long enough. A lot of y'all associate the Philippines with Filipinos like that's all it is over here. Man, if you just take out the woman out of the situation, man, don't you realize I paid off all my bills since I've been over here? I've got almost a 750 credit rating, man. I'm going to hit 800. I've never had over 750 in my life. It's so much other stuff that the Philippines has allowed me to do since moving here than having a woman. But we can't separate the two. That's all men are coming over here for. Your main focus is that. This is the problem. He said the Filipinos get the best looking women, in my opinion. We still get beautiful women, but not like the Filipino does. But we can. Times have changed, man. It's harder over here now. But the thing is, T, is that we don't try for them. We don't try. We get the low-hanging fruit. They're over here to be had, but we don't. Yeah. He said, try intermittent fasting with a sensible diet along with your exercise. Your blood pressure will normalize if it hasn't already after you stop eating fast food every day. Hey, thank you. He said, I really respect you, brothers. Men to travel. Yeah, grown men with options. That's right. And I would listen to all the vloggers, really. I'm talking about in different areas. The ones you can relate to. Whether it's the DR, Colombia, Brazil. See, I didn't even know Colombia for the whole country of Colombia, it's travel advisory 3 from the U.S. It's 2 for the Philippines. But yet I was looking at a video the other day. They're talking about the Philippines is the most dangerous place on the planet to visit. I'm like, dude, you lying. I'm talking about this was like a real news agency. They interviewing some guy, European guy. I'm like, come on, man. You know, they crunching numbers and all this kind of stuff. I don't know what they come up with. But the United States has got 3 for Colombia. I mean, reconsider your travel to Colombia. But remember, danger doesn't deter Americans. It doesn't deter us. None of that stuff deters us. We're going to come if we want to come. If it's a hip thing to do. See, that thing that came out, Canada released their travel advisory. And because it said basically the same thing it's always said, people are panicking. The Philippine government puts out a press release, not realizing the United States travel warning is the same as Canada's. It just, you know, they update them from time to time. And Canada's just so happened to get updated at the same time that Bondi Beach shooting over in Australia, where they're saying that the people came in the Philippines and trained with the terrorists. That's the only reason it got any attention. But if you go on there and read, it says the same thing that it says on the us.state.gov. Same. He said it's fear that holds us back as we think the 15 is going to have every thirsty Chad and Tyrone after her. That's what we're used to. Her cheating and monkey branching in our past. We aren't used to good women. This is facts. So we just think it's too much drama. You hear it all the time. They're too expensive. I'm telling you guys, the 3 costs you the same as the 15 over here. She expects the same treatment, the same house and lot. Okay? Because somebody has told the women here that they're the star of the show. And they believe it. Because they see how men are just stumbling over ourselves to get here. Flying 8,000 miles. You know, some people going first class. Thousands of dollars on the plane ticket. Paying for everything. The hotel, the food, the good times, the lechon. They got to be the star of the show. Why would we do all of this stuff then? Okay? And so she expects you to do the same thing. So what happens is, because it's 18 to 80, the 3s are coming over here. They're dating and marrying 3s, not realizing, fool, you could have a 15. Even though you're a 3. If y'all don't believe me, man, wait till I find the list. Not the list. The link to this young lady that's married to this man in a wheelchair. He's paralyzed, guys. He can't move nothing but his eyes, but his eyeballs. He's got a dime piece. Now, how did he get that dime piece? He can't talk unless he has one of them, voice, like Roger, sounding like Roger and Zap. How did he get that dime piece that he's got? Stay on Facebook. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to have Cars, A Beach of Life. They can download those videos from Facebook. And then I'll show you if you think I'm playing. I'll put it on my my Patreon. I'll show you some kind of way. He says dating in the Philippines sounds just as stressful and contrived as it does in the U.S. It really does, man. You're just getting somebody younger, more attractive, okay, and probably more cooperative. That's why you have to separate the Philippines. But guess what, Cisco? The Philippines is nowhere near as stressful and contrived as the U.S. The country, I mean. When you come over here and you see, like, damn, man, I got some elbow room over here. I can really do some stuff over here. Then you'll see, okay, you got to be able to separate the two, man. We won't do it. It's just a game over here, and people, just don't want to play it. They'll do anything that they can to push back and tell you you're lying. And they're right in the middle of a relationship. The woman sitting next to them. It doesn't matter. It's just, you just happen to knock on her door on the dating site. That's all. It's the only reason she's with you. It could have been anybody. Okay, the women we're dealing with, the one on those dating sites, the reason they're on there, they're saying, we don't have a standard. It's 18 to 80. We don't care what you look like, how much you weigh, what you smell like. None of that. Do you have a pulse? Do you have a pension? And you in there. So I don't understand why guys be over here bragging. Oh, look what I got. You ain't got no different than the man in the wheelchair's got. That's all. But Cisco said or something, but we want to think it is different in a little way because their culture is different. But more likely you're gonna get somebody more attractive, younger, and more cooperative, because the game is already there. It's already been set up long before you was born. They call it the unspoken agreement. Every woman knows about the unspoken agreement over here. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So everybody's invited to the party. So if you can't get a woman here, you can't get a woman anywhere. Okay, you really weird. I mean, something's wrong with you. Okay, because they get on the dating site, they want you. Okay, they want somebody to hit that notification bell. They want somebody to make those promises and come over here and see them. They're hoping and praying that you do. So if you don't, there's something wrong with you. But everybody's invited to the party. Now let's talk about the last one. The first relationship doesn't last, guys. It's usually because of cultural reasons, maybe a personality, but it doesn't work out. So don't front load the relationship. Don't come in spending so heavily, because more than likely it's not going to work. You coming in, spending all that money, making all those promises. Okay? Don't do it, because more than likely putting all your eggs in one basket, you're going to end up wasting all of that. And people on here right now, they don't believe me, but they had to find out themselves. And remember, just because you're the one out of the 10,000 doesn't mean the 9,999 of us didn't go through that. You don't realize how much different the woman is over here than you are. We literally have so little in common. Me and Merlin been together for 6 years, going on 7. The things we got in common, we created that. But when I first met her, I didn't have very little in common with her. I don't like the Backstreet Boys. Okay? I'm sorry. But it's not gonna last. I wish that wasn't true. And all the heartache and everything I've been through. So take it slow, but we're not gonna take it slow. Now, we're going to go back over it, but it just doesn't last, man, for whatever reason. Is Michael Beach Alive still on here? I remember one time we all went out. It was about 30 of us. Sunshine Shoals community was strong this night. Miley, it was people from Ormuck. I mean, it wasn't no meet and greet. We just had decided to meet up in Cebu, and we went out and ended up eating at TGI Fridays. Well, afterwards, we were just hanging out right in front of the condominium where one of them, a couple of them lived. Trinidad, it was a bunch of us, man. And Michael Beach Life told me, he said, man, you know, when you talked about, he had his girl with him. He's like, you know, Unc, when you talk about the first one won't last, he said, I hope that's not me, he said. You know, because he had a good relationship with the girl. Nope. He's with somebody else. She's married. She don't even live in the Philippines. The guy came and took her. I think she lives in Norway somewhere now. And I'm not picking on you, Michael Beach Life, because like I said, I've been through like 4 or 5 or 6. It just takes that. It takes what it takes. But eventually you're going to find somebody. So don't front load it. He said, they don't understand that almost everything is part of the game here. The women here all understand the game, and most of us don't have a clue. See, this is what we try to put people up on the game, Rich, and that's what you and Chang be doing. But people don't listen. It's like, I'm a grown man, you can't tell me nothing. It's a game over here. It's already been created before you were born. But we don't give the women credit over here. We think they're just these little poor province women. Those days is over with the internet and all of that social media. They blew that out of the water, dude. She knows more about you because they willing to listen. The support group that Filipinas got is much stronger than we'll ever have. Okay, because they listen. He said, I appreciate the cows at least giving advice to be cautious because a lot of dudes come over there with blinders on. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. We got hot pants. We got the hot pants syndrome. The minute you get off the plane, you go into the hotel like I did. But I'm telling you, you might want to slow up. You know, because people are like, well, Cal, you did it. Yeah, but that's why you don't have to do it. When I came over here, I knew nothing about the Philippines. There was none of these websites on here. I mean, you know, YouTube channels and stuff. If it was, they wasn't getting no traction. I wasn't watching them. They wasn't telling me nothing. They didn't tell me nothing about the game because I was a damn fool. Man, I got on the dating site. Okay, and when I came back, I was like, man, y'all telling all my friends, hey, you need to get on these dating sites. These Filipino women, they really interested. They really looking for love. I had no clue, man. It was playing me like a drum. Yeah, he said, man, I wish my son was breastfeeding milk in the Philippines. Costs a fortune. My second son over here cost me a fortune. For some reason, he didn't breastfeed. But Bowie did. Yeah, Stephen Hawkins would have had a damn piece over here. This guy talks like Roger, you know, to the voice box. I mean, you know, think of annoying robots, please report to the dance floor. He can't move nothing but his eyes. And he's got a damn piece that drives him around the house all day. They make videos, that's all they do. And I'm pretty sure, you know, she gives him the peekaboo because that's all he can use his eyes and he's happy. She's probably down there with that vibrator, you know, gets him charged up. He said, Cal, wait, this is good, Raymond. He said, why you're getting, letting them check your blood pressure and everything, check your PSA level. Prostate is a silent killer. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is what happens. We put all our eggs in one basket. I'm telling you, don't do it because it's not going to work out. And people, if they're honest, the next time you're in the Philippines and you talk to a guy, say, hey, is this the first woman you had? Absolutely not. Like I said, yeah, see? Of course, there's going to be men you're going to run into, you know, who've done that. But what about the other 10,000 that it didn't work out? Or they thought it was going to work and they took the woman home only for it to blow up on them. That's why you got to be patient. And then they're going to force the square block into the round hole. You don't want to do that over here, man. There's a woman over here. They are different in that aspect that, they're a lot more cooperative and they know the game. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, she's going to do what she's supposed to do. You don't have to force the square block. But in the beginning, that's what you're doing. Because she's going to start asking for shit. And this is a lot of times where men back out until they realize the next one they get with is asking or needing something. Then the next one. And you finally say, well, damn, they all need something. Okay, well, I might as well stick with you then. But yeah, that first one don't work. But for anybody that just joined us, man, because I know it's a lot of new people, yeah, more than likely it's not. The grass isn't always green on the other side. It looks greener because it's not real. I'm playing a game, Frank, okay? I'm just telling you. I can fool myself if I want to. If I don't have no money, man, Merlin's not going to be with me. She never would have came to Dumageddon to meet me. Okay, so don't fool yourself. Can it turn into something? You're talking about we've been together almost 7 years. So it's a whole lot better than it was. But I'm saying the only reason that we're together, and of course after 7 years, we got a child together. Okay, things are a lot thicker, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the unspoken agreement was intact when we met, man. Y'all missing the point. Okay? I mean, don't overthink it, man. I'm saying when you first meet these women on the dating site, see, I was skeptical of her. I thoroughly vetted her because I already knew what to look for because I had dealt with so many other ones before. But we're talking about in the beginning, guys. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. If you're a 3, you end up with a 15, and she's half your age, and she falls in love on the first week, you need to slow your roll. Don't marry her right off the bat. Don't buy the house and lot right off the bat. Don't move her in right off the bat. Because it's probably something deceptive going on there. It's unrealistic. I'm just trying to remind you guys to be, have a healthy dose of skepticism. But we don't. We take them literally for face value. That's what we do. They're so cute, man. It's a button. They're perfect. Have you seen these women over here? Everything's in the right place. A lot of women I was dealing with over there, their breast was where their stomach is supposed to be. Their stomach was where their knees supposed to be. And I don't know where their knees were. You can't see the damn things. But over here, it's all in the right place. Yeah. I'm just saying everybody's a doctor, though, This is something else you should look out for. See, I got to be careful. That's why if you look at my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page and my my personal Facebook page. I got very little friends because I had to get rid of all of them because of this right here. He said, one thing I noticed is a Filipino will become friends with you on Facebook or social media and go through your entire friends list and see who you like. They are like private investigators. Be careful. But what the women were doing with Sunshine Shoulders, and they connected the two, hey, that's the same Calvin from Sunshine Shoulders. They were going through my friends list, hitting up these men, asking them for money, trying to go out on dates with them and everything. So I erased like 2,000 of my friends list and really started over. I probably got 200, 300 because we got to give them credit, guys. They're not stupid. Okay, the struggle is real over here. Okay, don't be shocked because women will bend over backwards for you over here and will do anything that you ask them to do. Don't be shocked at that. Okay? I'm just telling you, if you only knew, man, that, like I said on the video I made, we've taken them off life support. A lot of the women you meet over here on life support, you just don't know it. She ain't gonna show you. She ain't gonna tell you that. She don't life support. We literally bring some women back from the dead. That this goes. He said, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. Good relationships that last are built from the ground up. Slow down, guys. Good relationship takes time to build. Yeah, but see over here, that's good. But over here, it's different. It's already, some things have already been established. And you have to understand that. You know, you're not really starting from the ground. Okay, because she's already got expectations. Already. This is different. If you decide to date over here, it's different. It doesn't start at the ground. There's already shit in place, man. You know, it's just so unspoken. If we said it out loud, it would be cringy. He said the problem dealing with the 15 is that she'll get all the attention from locals and foreigners alike. Who wants that kind of pressure or attention? Not me, I'll take a 10 or even an 8. Well, here's the thing though, if she's the same, they've got a thick, they got a rich culture over here, man. It's thick. You know, you can get a 15 that's loyal. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, she's not going to take that risk. See, she, you know, because the women over here, they know a good thing when they get it, man. Because they get lucky. We don't get lucky. We get unlucky. They get lucky. There's women who's backed into millionaires over here. They had no clue that the guy they're talking to is a millionaire. Okay? Do you think they're going to let them go? Okay, because some Tom, Dick, or Harry saying, oh, paying them attention? No. Or even, you don't have to be a millionaire. If you're treating the woman, if you, on a level that she never even experienced, never even dreamed about, she's not going to take that chance. The only reason these women over here is doing stuff like that, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? Either in and out of the bedroom or the boardroom, meaning, you know, you're not taking good enough care of her. Because that's the game over here, man. You know, everybody pays. Everybody pays. A Roger reference. Yeah, it's true though, man. This guy's got a 10. No, I didn't feel anything, honestly, throwing copper. He said, Cal, how did you know your blood pressure was high? You feel dizzy? No. When you get on those ferries, uh, if you're 60 and older, and they'll see it on your ticket, they pull you to the side. They take your temperature, they take your blood pressure. That's how I found out. And I just felt normal. He said, man, I'm so nervous with the one I'm dating there, but so far so good. Second from the dating site, but the first one I actually met there. So I messed up because being there, you see so many other options. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Mr. Big Trouble, you might as well swing for the fence to begin with. Because when you get over here, you're going to see what's available and you're going to want to kick yourself. You know, we're settling for 3s and 4s, man. Y'all don't understand the couples I meet over here. A lot of them. And, you know, it's all subjective. You know, maybe she's an 8 to them. Well, we can argue about what constitutes a 10 or 15 all day long. But we all know what a 3 is, guys. Okay? I'm sorry. But, you know, see, here's the thing. Those are red flags, Mr. Big Trouble, that you have to pay attention to. That's why you're nervous. Something ain't right. Maybe you're thinking, oh, she's too good. See, you're making her the star of the show. I mean, why are you nervous? This is what you got to say to yourself. Why am I nervous? He said, I stood up because I want to know the pros and cons. Yeah, I'm going to give you the nitty gritty, man. You know, we don't get lucky. We get unlucky because the overwhelming majority of the women that we meet over here are good women. It's just that we get in a hurry and we end up meeting the scammer or the one who doesn't have good intentions because we take them for face value. It doesn't take long, man, but you got to come over here more than one time. And Mr. Big Trouble, if you're doing the long distance relationship, I tell you to stop it right now. That's insane. Okay? Nobody else is going to tell you. This relationship with a woman that lives on the other side of the planet is insane. Don't do it. If you happen to make it back over here, okay. But don't be carrying on that relationship because you're paying. You're paying for nothing. You're paying for the next time you come over here, which you don't even know. Where you going to come? Once every 6 months? Once a year? Like most guys can do? That's part of the script, man, I'm telling you about. You meet the girl. You come over here. You have the best 2 weeks of your life. You go back home as boyfriend and girlfriend, and then you start financing the relationship. You're not married. You don't have children by her, but you're paying. That's a part of the script. Okay? What even makes you think you're obligated to pay or to take care of the woman? I don't understand that one. Somebody make that make sense to me. What makes you think you're responsible, Mr. Big Trouble? Because you're paying. We all pay. It's something that's been woven into the game over here. You can't escape it. But I would say pay while you're here, but don't pay while you're away. That's when you're going to get in trouble. He said, hello from Philadelphia. How you make it with your wife? You know, after a while, like I said, I've had more than one relationship. I know what constitutes a good woman. You know, and I'm saying, why do I want to roll the dice? So I'm going to put up with her character defects. She's going to put up with mine. As long as I see that she's trying. As long as I see that she's, you know, is a decent person. If she's no good, there's nothing you can do. But you got to overlook some stuff. Some stuff, man, is just cultural. There's nothing you can do about it. Like one time I was talking to my buddy, Calvin in Voice Speaks, and he said something that made my eyebrows rise up. He said, Man, my woman thinks I don't know nothing. And I'm thinking it was only me. They don't think you know anything. They're smarter than you. But it's just cultural. It's just little stuff like that, you know. But because I can trust Marilyn, and she has far more good things about her than bad. And remember, there's nothing perfect. And we got a daughter together. And, you know, it's just that she's proven herself. You know, we've been together, man. You know, Marilyn's got everything she wants. Okay, if she wanted to run out, because there's always some old Tom, Dick, and Harry waiting to take your place. She's set now. You know, she's Filipino rich. If she didn't really want me or want to be bothered with me, she could throw me to the side right now. Okay, and get back on the dating site, and in, you know, period of time, have another old jackleg over here paying the bills, because that's part of the game. But you know, it's just something that it takes time. This is the whole point of the vlog today, the live stream. We have to take time. We have to be skeptical. We can't take these women just on their word. You don't know them. And that's what we do. He said it's too good to. That's the first one, man. Well, you know, that's subjective. But, you know, she was the one I was telling you about, the guy that was with the Australian Filipino man. So somebody else stepped in and bought this, the boob job. Somebody else paid for the nose job because he couldn't afford to do it. Somebody else bought her the house and lot. Okay, but she's not the 15. She made herself into. I can give her, you know, just to be honest, with the upgrades that she's done, she's probably a solid 8 or 9. You know, just on looks though. You know the 15. The 15s, it's written all over them, man. You know, they got class. You know, they're clean. There's nothing out of place. You only see, you know, as beautiful as the women are over here. You know, the 15 is maybe 1 out of 1,000. I'm talking about it's really going to jump out at you. I see them in Dumaguete all the time because you got all those colleges in Dumaguete. And, I mean, you just see some 15s, man. I had thought I'd seen the most beautiful Filipino when she was standing outside Robinson Mall one time with her mother, until I seen the girl in St. Carlos City. These are beauty pageant beautiful, I'm saying. Absolutely. Absolutely. Who said that? They're not all 3s either. Yeah, you know they on life support. Well, what was your wife doing before you met her? Huh? Y'all don't want to believe it. We brought people back from the dead over here. And they've done the same for us. Okay? Well, you know, like I said, we can argue about that, but we all know what a 3 looks like, Tyree. Okay? You can argue all day long whether or not there's any 15s or 10s, but we know what a 3 looks like, don't we? Plenty of them. What's up, Rashad? Your birthday's tomorrow, 43. Wow. You young, man. Yeah, but I warned you about that. He said with D is a 20 to me. This is a new YouTuber, Filipino YouTuber with D. And they're just clicking on her because she looked for her looks. And that's, to you, she's a 15. I mean, a 20. But she ain't telling y'all nothing, man. I've been coming over here, hell, probably before she was even born. She certainly was young. But that's who y'all getting all y'all information from. Throwing all your money and support behind. Trying to buy these women. Can't buy. Man, if you want to see, if you think anything I'm saying today is a lie, go on any Filipino blogger's channel and look at the comments. Okay, if you tell me that anything I'm saying now on any of my videos when I'm talking about dating is wrong, you will see the cringiest shit on there. You be like, dude, stop, man. I mean, go on Filipino P, go on with D, go on any of them. And go into the comments, man. You'll get sick, man. Be like, stews are weak, man. No wonder why, they done folded their royal flush. Thrown it in the garbage for a pair of deuces. And you ain't gonna know what you already know, Raymond. Hey, thanks, Juice, for that super sticker, man. The guy was asking me when the next time I was gonna have a meet and greet in Chicago. I said, when I'm in the States, that's my number one place to go. Chicago. Juice is the real deal, though. But Raymond said, you never know who you got having an LDR. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard of, man. Even when I didn't know anything that I know now, I didn't have any LDR. It was like 2 weeks was the longest I chatted with anybody. Because I was like, what's the point? It's like looking at a damn Hustler magazine or something, a Playboy. Punching on one of these websites, like, what's the whole point of doing that? I want the real deal. Okay? I want, to be able to taste it, touch it, and smell it. If it don't pass the taste, touch, and smell, it's not real. I don't care how many times y'all go to sleep chatting with each other. They think that's cute, man. It's weak, man. That's some Facebook shit that people put up there. How they, you 13 hours behind the woman. They think that's something, man. It's nothing. If you can't taste it, touch it, and smell it, not real. Hey, what's up, man? I know he's in Santo Domingo. See, everything I'm saying probably is relative to Santo Domingo, to the DR, where people, hell, they was losing their minds. I don't know, were they losing their minds over in DR first or the Philippines? Probably the Philippines, since we have more of a history with the Philippines. Yeah, he said, my father-in-law told me it was a Japanese guy before me. Real talk. But when I told him, he old school Chicano, when I told him, I said, look, you really want to vet the woman, take her around, her family and friends, they're going to vet her for you. They're going to tell you. Okay, YouTube pulled up an old video of mine where I'm interviewing my buddy. He's a friend of mine. We met several times over here. Monroe Anderson, where he says, and the name of the video is, my marriage in the Philippines was a sham. And he had married a woman, went all through all the rigmarole with her, the reception and everything, only for the first cousin to tell him she's married already. Come to find out, she was married already. She done went through all of this with him, knowing she's married already. Knowing already, like, you're going to have me spend all this money, go through all of this, exchanging the rings and all of that, paying for the reception, the food and all of that, only for the first cousin to come to him at the reception and say, hey, she's married already. And so him and the first cousin start fooling around. But y'all don't listen. He said if you can't get a 10, get at least 5 2s. But easy come, easy go. I don't know, and for whatever reason this is, I don't know why this is. I'm not putting anybody down when I say this. This has to be the easiest place in the world to get a girlfriend or a wife. Why? I don't know. I mean, you put all the stuff together, but it is. So it comes to you easy. It can leave you easy. And this is why we get in trouble. We run off with the woman, take her home, not realizing, well, easy come, easy go. Your mother told you that. Then she runs off, and then you want to wonder what happened. You ain't did no work to get that woman. What'd you do? Punch on a profile on the thing? That was it. That's all you had to do. Everything else starts going in motion by itself. It's automatic. Hey, what's up, Ajima? He said, Merry Christmas and thanks for your work, Brother Cal. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I got to get on that old bus in the morning, man, and go get my extension. Traveling over here, man, it's a whole other subject, man. Yeah. But yeah, old Richie Rich now, they be trying to put you up on game. It's a game. As long as you understand that, you're like, okay, I'm willing to play. I'm willing to play this game. Okay, I'll come over there, and because she's going to pretend to love you, you pretend that you believe her. She's going to pretend that y'all, boyfriend and girlfriend, you believe it. Pretend to believe it. Just go along with it, man. It's all a game. You're going to have the time of your life if you do that. But if you come over here, you get off that plane getting serious, falling in love with these women, man, they don't trust us. First of all, we got a effed up reputation over here. Men were coming over here crashing out long before you were born. Okay? They know the reputation we got over here. But if you just come over here, man, and pretend to believe the things that she's saying and, and just go along with it, you're not going to have a problem. It's when you start falling in love. See, Merlin told me that. She said, we want you to fall in love. That way we know we got you. The house and lot's coming. Okay, the money's coming. It's all on automatic then. And this is what's happening. They're not following these 5 things right here. The 5 rules of dating over here. I've had friends, and not just friends, but men who come over here. They make one trip here. They get married while they're here. Okay? Go back, file for the visa within 2 weeks. What kind of crazy foolishness is that? They done threw the common sense out the window, the plane window. He said, I'm sorry, Unc, you may have the info like a mofo, but with D is a fox. Yeah, but how many men do you think? It's different than having like the guy said, who wants a 15 with all the attention and everything, right? But it's a whole different story when she's nice looking and has a YouTube channel. Man, come on, man. She's playing you guys like a drum. I could imagine because she's new. I imagine what her PayPal looks like. Guys trying to buy these women. It's the highest bidder. She ain't going to date none of you. Okay? The only reason she's on there, she's already got somebody. They don't put her in front of that camera. Okay? This is what I'm trying to tell you, Richard, but you don't want to hear it, so go ahead. Join a membership and send her PayPals and all that stuff. Spend all your waking hours listening to the bullshit that she's talking. If you want to, that's on you. That woman's got a YouTube channel, man. If you imagine, go in the comments. You'll see. Ain't none of them saying nothing. They saying what it takes to get you to keep watching. And it's always about what Filipinos will do, what they won't do. They don't tell you what they'll do. and what they've been through. It's always Filipinas and what some projecting, generalizing the stuff that they accuse us of doing. This is what they're doing. They're never going to tell you the truth. Look, you can't act against your thinking. Their culture won't allow them to give you the nitty gritty. You're not going to jump in the deep end of the swimming pool if you can't swim. And this is what you're expecting Filipinos to do. The ones who do that, you can best believe there's a foreigner behind them, teaching them, okay? It's a script because it's not in them to do that. They know they're so afraid of being bashed by their fellow man over here. They wouldn't think to do it. You know, Merlin gets upset just reading the comments that you guys make about me. So imagine if she had a channel and y'all putting them comments in her, under her video. They can't take it, man. They can't take it. That's just scripted. It is scripted, dude. You know, and then, do you really think she's going to look after you? There's one thing I know. Okay, remember they say no man is an island. The Philippines is an island. They look after each other over here. If you don't believe me, rent a condo and take different women up there. I bet you those guards will tell on you. I bet you they'll tell that woman. They'll tell every last one of them. Everyone you bring up there, they're going to tell. Oh, he was with another woman the other night. Did you know he's with another woman? Yeah. Because they stick together over here against you. So what makes you think they're going to get on, they're going to have a channel that's going to really educate you on what to do over here? All they're doing is reeling you in, telling you the good stuff. Because one woman was like, it's so general, man, that like I said, I don't troll. I don't put anything in the comments. I certainly don't make videos about them. You know, but it's so general. The stuff that one lady was like, why Filipinos really date older foreigners. Lady, come on. You could do that in one sentence. For the money. Okay? You don't have to make a whole 15-minute video about that. Well, you ain't even going to get close to that. You're not even going to sniff that. Remember, you can't taste it, touch it, and smell it. It's not real. And you got to understand there's literally millions of women who look like her over here. And this is the whole, see, I'm glad you bringing this up because this is what happened to us. He said, with D would juice me for my settlement. I'm nervous, Unc. I think I better go to the DR. I originally planned on being in the Philippines for 45 days. I might get hooked like a hood addict. You are if you're not prepared. You gotta set a limit on what you're gonna spend. If you don't, you're gonna spend it all. Because if you meet the right woman or the wrong woman in some of our cases at that airport, you're gonna be spending money you ain't even got. You see that guy was on Robbie Tupou. He started borrowing money, giving it to the woman $40,000, borrowing money. He's spending money he don't got. Come to find out that when he's crying on Robbie Tupou, a young guy, looked to be American, looked to be in his early 40s, late 30s. You a damn fool. Okay? You're going to sit there and you know, they'll have you spending money you don't have. It's too good to be true. It probably is. Okay? But you see guys over here, they got their chest stuck out. They walk around, oh, look what I got. You know, and sometimes it makes me ashamed to even be over here dating women. Because, you know, I know the game now. You know, the blinders have been taken off of me, and I'm like, we're all in the 8,000 mile club. I mean, they're no different than me. When I talk about stuff. I'm talking about all of us. I be like, man, I'm part of this. This is what I'm a part of. You know, if I think about it too much, I'm liable to get on the plane and leave, man, because it's embarrassing. Sometimes if you really sit down and think about what's going on over here, you'll be like, man, do I really want to be a part of this? I'm just too, I got too many skins in the game now. I'm in too deep now. I be trying to save other men. But it can get cringy over here, man. If you really, I don't pay any attention for real. I don't pay attention. You know, I do not pay it that much attention. No, no, y'all not gonna talk about the Filipino P on my channel, man. That's not what I'm saying. Don't do that, guys. Okay, you can't argue with success anyway, but don't do that, man. We got more class than that. Don't do that because I'll get the blame for that. Don't do that, guys. In my channel, hey, moderators, start putting some of them guys in timeout. Don't do that, man. You know what y'all think about her is, you know, that's y'all's prerogative, you know. But we won't do that on my channel, man. I catch enough hell myself. I'm certainly not gonna do it to nobody else. We were talking about us, the men in the comments. If you think that what I'm talking about is bullshit and men don't lose their minds over Filipinas over here, go into these comment sections of these Filipino vloggers. If you can't read 5 of them, man, you got to be like, I don't want to. You'll get sick. It's so, you're like, man, am I a part of this shit? You know, is this really what's going on over here? Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad. Okay. No, she was a local. He gave her 40,000 too. He's not the only one. You know, just because see, Ray Shard brought up a great point. It happens all the time. They fall in love with these women, man. They don't know them. Easy come, easy go. You get what you pay for. You might as well swing for the fences. You're going to get the same thing. We all pay. It's all transactional over here. There is no, oh, she loves you for your good looks and intelligence. Everybody is invited to the party. 18 to 80, blind, crippled, crazy, paralyzed, ostracized. It don't matter. Voice box. You're going to have a woman if you want one. Okay? Now, you weak if you pay, if you come all the way over here for anything other than going on vacation. And enjoying Boracay and Panglao and Palawan and Puerto Galera and all those other places. Okay? Here comes some of Maryland's friends. they be looking good. But I think they deal with Filipino men. The one that's coming over now, she's fine. She's probably a strong 8, and I don't think she got kids either. But she's Maryland's age. They graduated together. But she works out and everything. Runs. I see her running all the time. But anyway, until you're able to separate the Philippines from the Filipino, man, we're all gonna be classified as weak. Yeah, Maryland, they had their reunion today, their high school reunion. So they all was over there. Now I guess they'll come over here for a little while and sing karaoke, and my head will start hurting, and you know, yeah, there's a bunch of them. See, when you will know that you meet a good woman, man. Certainly, um, you'll see how she's treated by her fellow man. See, Maryland don't have any enemies. If you got a woman over here that's beefing with somebody, man, you with the wrong one, probably. That's a good um that's a good barometer right there. Okay, because I've dealt with women over here that's always either on Facebook, they're beefing on Facebook and all that stuff, and you just know they're trouble. Yeah, he said if you're absolutely right, Cap, you have to travel 8,000 miles for some box. The word weak is posted on your forehead. Well, then we're all weak. But there's more to this place, I'm telling you, than women. But, if you're listening, you're hearing everybody else. Once you can separate that, because you got to understand, guys, there's men who come over here, they bring their whole families over here. They don't come over here for women. And they have just as good of a time or better than you do. But your whole focus is a woman, so how you going to have a problem? I mean, how you going to have a good time? All your money, all your resources, all your time, everything is going to be given to just one person. You're not going to see any of the Philippines, okay? The most you're going to see is in between her thighs. You know you've lost then. If you don't get out and see this beautiful country, man, we're still on planet Earth. Just as many Americans come to the Philippines as they do Thailand and all those fancy places. Everybody's not looking for the same thing. We all want something different. But it's just as many Americans come here as they do all them fancy places y'all be building up. But until you're able to separate them two, you ain't got a chance. You're going to be weak. That's all I'm saying. That's right. This is what I'm saying, Thomas. He says, you'll see what kind of woman you have when you see how people treat her. When Marilyn goes to the gym, man, they all gravitate toward Marilyn. Even the young women. It's the same. Here she is, goes to the reunion today. Well, why are they over here? All of them. And she got some old bullshit wine in there they done bought. I don't know the name of it. They'll be drunk off that. No, you can't. They're in there now. He said I ran through 5 cities and was gone. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot. Just like my little buddy today told me, he said, man, the crazy thing when I went and seen the woman, he came over one time. He said, man, she didn't even want me talking to other expats. He said, I couldn't even go anywhere. He didn't leave. The only place he went was IT Park. And now imagine coming to the Philippines, coming all that way. He saw IT Park, and then his girlfriend lived like 15 minutes from here in a little place called Calatrava. Negros Occidental. So he came through San Carlos City and went to her province. That was it. For 2 weeks. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Yeah, they be taxing. But I'm just saying you can go different places, though. Don't just, even if you go to Cebu, there's a lot of places. You go to the tops, the Towers Temple, Temple Alea, IT Park. You can go to a bunch of places, at least see something. Go to Lapu-Lapu, because you're going to fly into Lapu-Lapu. That's where the airport is. Go to White Sand Beach Resort. Go to, what's the other one? What's that other one? The blue what? That's real nice. That everybody goes to. But it's a bunch of nice places in Lapu-Lapu. Lapu-Lapu, man, used to be like Panglao Bahal when I came over here in 2009. It used to have nice beaches there. It's all gone now. The COVID, the lockdown, man, Lapu-Lapu will never be the same. That's where I came. That's where I stayed my first trip. We stayed in the Tamboli Beach Resort. It's not even there anymore. They tore it down, but it's like a condo community now. But that stretch of white sand beach they got right there, it was always there. And man, it was a beautiful place, man. Tourists everywhere. Mostly like South Koreans, Japanese, Chinese. All the massage places open. So many restaurants. It was booming, man. But if you go and see it now, you would think I'm lying. You would think I'm lying. He said, people say don't spend money on these Filipinos, but we do it all the time in the States. Deion Sanders is 58, and his girl's 37. That's 21-year-old age gap, and no one talks about it. Yeah, he's paying for that. I'm sure of that. But, but then again, maybe he's not. Maybe because he's Deion Sanders. But see, you say you're paying for it over in America, but you're really not. Not to the extent you're paying over here. Because at least the woman you're dealing with over there may be on the same level financially as you. Or even be earning more money than you. We can't justify what goes on over here, man. It's just decide that you're going to play the game. Okay? And be done with it. Just have a good time, man. Remember, always practice rule number 1 as far as nature, and that's self-preservation. You won't have to worry about all this stuff, but we don't do it. But see, that's the point. They don't have any other plans. He said, well, here's the real question. How many dudes came to the Philippines with plans to go other places, but they got stuck in the fields and never went anywhere else? Well, I'm one. He said, I'm headed to the DR first. I was one. When I initially came to the Philippines, I was going to go do around the world. I had $20,000 from my divorce. I was going to go to the Philippines, then Australia.
Bobby have a chicken pox, son.
She do?
Yeah.
Where? From school? Somebody in that school got it. Gave it to her.
Bobby, come here.
Don't bring her around me. I've never had it. I believe you. Take her to the doctor.
I know. I messaged the doctor.
Oh, it pisses me off. She done caught that at school. Well, I'm glad she got it now.
I never had it.
I never had. Well, you better not catch it now. It'll be hard on you. So that wasn't mosquito bites.
No, because it's in her.
Yeah, but get her to the doctor because she don't want her scratching that stuff either and spreading it even more.
That's why I messaged the doctor.
See, that's what pisses me off, man. I knew it. Some child at that school gave it to her. That's what she called it. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get off here, man. I got to go get me something to eat. And I'm going to the gym today. But thank you for your super chat, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. Just come on over here and play the game, man. Okay, and if it turns into something deeper than that, man, then, count your lucky stars, man. But for the most part, it's just a game. And if you don't know the rules, these are the rules I gave you. Shame on you. But y'all don't listen. We don't listen as men. And it keeps happening over and over and over. Because we just won't listen. You don't think I know anything. Okay? You're like, well, who's he? Who can he tell? Look at all the mistakes he's made. That's all the more reason for you to listen to somebody like me. I've made every mistake I talk about. So you don't have to make it. Okay? If you're on that dating site, there's no way you should be chatting with one woman. You should be chatting at least 4 or 5. And if you can, you should try to see all 4 or 5 of them. But what's going to happen is when you get your ticket and you tell all 5 of them, hey, I'm coming. I'll be there, January 16th. Well, 2 of them going to drop off. Okay, because they didn't want you to come anyway for real. Or they get cold feet, But it's going to be 3 of them that's going to be left. Okay, and they all going to want to meet you at that airport, but you choose the one that wants to meet you at the airport. But don't tell the other 2, just in case it don't work out. But you shouldn't be putting all your eggs in one basket because it's not going to work anyway. Remember, the first relationship doesn't last. So you're trying to see as many women as you can, just like they do. They chat with 4 or 5 men. They don't know which one of us is coming over here. They're not going to want to waste their time. You don't want to waste your time. It's a long trip. Since it's not going to last, I want to, the more women I meet, the more likely I'm going to find somebody that I can, bond with, that I can click with. But you guys are meeting one woman online, she'll tell you, go ahead and cancel your membership with Filipina Cupid or whatever it is, and you dumb enough to do that. Meanwhile, she's got 4 dating sites, or 5. The same women are on all the dating sites. The only difference is the cost. So while you done got rid of the only one you can afford, because we can't afford to pay for 4 or 5 dating sites. She's still on there, because how you gonna know? You don't know. You're not part of Christian Cute Filipina and all those other ones. Dating Asian, all them. But 4 or 5 guys, that's what they do. And then the first one that gets over here, first come, first serve. I told you that. You hear all these other guys saying that. I told you that. It's first come, first serve. So you can send all that money all you want with these old jacked up LDR relationships. If the right man comes over here and they click, because they're looking for that, it just depends on what time of the month it is. There ain't no such thing for real. Oh, they want to see if they've got that spark. That spark is if you want some D. All your investment's gone. That man sent Maryland 50,000 pesos in 2019, right before I met her. He's getting all ready to come over here. He knows he's going to dig in something. Too late, dude. I'm already here. The more the merrier, man. The more chances of you really finding somebody. But y'all do the opposite. You find one woman, you start sending her all your money, you focus on that one woman. And it ain't going to last. You come over here for 2 weeks and you be like, man, the 2 weeks are going to go so quick. You're not going to see nothing over here. It's so much to see over here. That's why when you get these guys talking about all the Philippines isn't this or that, they haven't been anywhere, man. I met a guy who had been in the Philippines for 22 years. He was American. He went everywhere. He said, Cal, you can't see all the places here. Don't let people fool you. So that's what they're talking about. But take care, y'all. I see y'all next time. Yeah, she got chicken pox, man. It really bothers me because Boobie's real sociable. Now she's got to go to the doctor. It's just, having children, man, is stressful. Yeah, them guys, they ain't going to do it, though. They're going to see the first pretty face on there. That's all. He sent the Merlin. It was an Asian American guy, and this guy had money. He owned a restaurant in Pennsylvania. It didn't matter. I got over before him. And that spark was there. All it was, she was ready. She hadn't been with a man for over 3 years. That was the damn spark. But, Jim's going to say that, because he didn't see anything. He didn't go anywhere. The woman had him wrapped up. He ain't seen nothing. But take care, y'all. Hey, Merry Christmas, because y'all not going to see me before Christmas. I got to go get my visa. But I'm going to do the 50,000 peso Sunshine Shoulders Christmas to Remember drawing Wednesday at 8 p.m. on my Facebook page, Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. Shout out to everybody, man, that helped me with that. Y'all know who y'all are. He says, toss up for me now between the Philippines and Thailand. Do them both, man. They're only 3 hours apart. Yeah. Why not both? If you over here for a month, you can do 2 weeks in the Philippines, 2 weeks in Thailand. But I'm going to tell you, go to Thailand first. Because if you come over here, you're going to get stuck over here. I don't care if you're looking for the infrastructure. We don't come to the Philippines for the infrastructure. Nobody does. But the mistake people make is, oh, I'm going to go to Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, and the Philippines, and they come to the Philippines first, and they get stuck. That's what's going to happen to you.